This is the most missed section of doing these type of things, and it's based on the triangle. The triangle messes people up, but we're going to unmessify it. Okay, looking at any triangle, and that's where we have our problems. If I drew a triangle like this, okay, and I'm going to show you where people go wrong, and I decide that I want to indicate what's going on. In this case, see, yes, I'm making a dotted line. You see dotted lines on all these things, right? That is indicate the height of a triangle. The square here at the base is essential in indicating where the base is. The base is always perpendicular to the height of a triangle. All right. What people do is they turn around and use the wrong measurement for the base. And that's the reason why everybody gets these things wrong. But now you're not, because you always know wherever that one little square is, wherever that touches, it's going to be the base. So I'm going to circle the base. This is the base. This guy's the base. On a right triangle, one of them's the base. Doesn't matter. This is the base. Okay? So you see what's going on? I'm going to clean this, and I'm going to scroll down. And you're going to look at the things you've missed. It's always the same thing. You picked the wrong number for the base. That's the base. That's the height. This is the base. That's the height. This is the base. That's the height. Okay? Triangles are always kind of goofy. I don't know why. And everyone's like, I'm using the wrong number. You don't use 4, 3. 6 is the base because that's the right triangle right there. This is the base. And obviously, this is the base. If you go back and look at your problem, that's what you did wrong. You picked the wrong number. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You look at the little square and you're like, okay, I got to use the one that's touching, and the dotted line must be the height. The only one that's kind of a little tricky is the right triangle, where you pick this one or this one. It's not going to matter, but I usually try to make the bigger one the base, but you do what you like, all right, when it comes to that. But you're going to get the right answer. It's just telling you what sides you need to use. Now, let's scroll up. Let's do one of these things. They're all going to do exactly the same thing, okay? It is the same idea with a tube, and then you got a base, okay? For the first one, the tube, you get 3 sides to mess with, okay? At the indicated, fairly easy on each one of these things, okay? So it's going to be, in the first case, it'd be 10 plus 10 plus 12, right? And then you're going the height, which is the long edge here, times 14. You're going to get an answer for that. You have to add it to the base. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times the height of the triangle. And I use H with a little t, so I know which one I'm talking about. Not the H for the prism, but the height of the triangle, the dashed line. But you have 2 of them, so you put a 2 in front of it. Well, obviously the 2's across out, so it's just base times height of the triangle. This is not a 6. That's a B for base of the triangle, okay? They're all set up the same way. So let me grab this first one, and I'll show you what's going on. You have to check yourself when you're doing this. For this guy, it would be just 8 times 12, okay? Now, you can do the calculator strokes, but if you're not adding 96 to your answer up above, or in the case it'd be 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 12 times it by 14, this is 448. You must add these together to get the 544. See, a lot of people just have this and they don't have the base. That's going to mess you up, okay? So let's look at all these answers. There's a couple of these that are a little kind of wonky, like this one right here. Remember, we walk around the outside of this thing. We'll do the tube of the prism, which would be 18 plus 9 plus 17. And what's our height? Times it by 20. And then for the base of the triangle, it's just, remember, this guy is the base because it has the square on it. This must be the height. It's got the dotted line. So that means 9 times 14. Technically, if you just have one base, it'd be 1/2, but you have 2 of them. You cross those out. It's just 9 times 14. And you're going to add it to the answer you have above. Okay? So hopefully this looks a little sense. As far as trying to work these, let's do this. And you can check all your answers. I scroll down. All right.